Alright guys, as promised, I was going to be doing videos day of each stage of events of the event. So, day one, which is Monday for me, pretty sure it's Monday for you, is expert traders. And expert traders pretty much means that anything that gains you gold except for this thing. You cannot go in here, keep buying and selling a whole bunch of stuff and gain points. And there's actually a reason for this is because you could constantly be making points this way. I could keep this all full at the highest price possible, and I could keep going through Alliance as well as the world and buy things at cheaper rate. Um, because this reset chance, I've never hit the limit on it. It always continues to reset, and Alliance is always posting stuff. Speaking of posting stuff, I'm going to buy those because I'm running low on those. Nanas. I'm going to buy nanas. Okay. Now, this stage also gives you points if you're HQ level 50 or above. You have this building, the material factory. You also gain points for making the plastic, graphite, steel, and titanium alloy. Titanium alloy requires higher level buildings, and because this thing actually requires citrines, I'm waiting on getting it leveled up until the base building stage of event. Keep note of the I'll keep note of the presents. I'll explain those after everything. So pretty much what you're going to want to do is if you're VIP level 4, you have a controllable launch time of rocket. And what this means is the day before the event stage, I would not launch your rocket because you can save the launch sequence of that rocket and increase the launch time by 1. So if you don't use it Sunday, you can use the extra launch time Monday. So say that I wanted to launch it Monday, but I'm not going to launch it Sunday. That's 2 days. So 2 launches I have for Monday. I do not use on Sunday, so I'm able to launch it twice on Monday. This right here also gets you points. Anything pretty much that gets you gold gets you points. Personally, on this thing, I'm never going to do anything that's well below 1300. And the thing that counts, because there is a limit for this, is completing the orders themselves. Why did I hit that button? I also make mistakes. So because I trashed that, it does not count. It resets. If I hit this little trash can button, it doesn't count against my limit of completed orders. It just resets the orders itself. And because this is um, orders from my people, basically, I'm pretty much telling everybody that lives in these, I don't care about their order. So it is kind of amusing in a way. Holy crap. Whatever. All right. There's also this, what's it called? Not Pharaoh's Secret. This thing right here. She's also going to give you points for earning gold. The problem is you need to keep track of uh, how much the orders give you. Now on this thing, I'm going to look for something that gets me 5,000 coin or more. Like these, Okay, these went up. It gave me 7,000 coins before. So I would search through this, figure out which one's the highest price, and if you have the actual item in question, and complete those orders. It's going to give you token chances, and this is your alliance, your whole alliance. So you can see that some of these were completed by other members of my alliance. You need to focus on this as soon as you can because the orders can be taken. That's a lot of points. There's also another one that you pretty much see every day, the business giant. Completing this does get you points. Quick deliver, no deliver orders yet. Claimed all rewards. There's that. What is that? Send more rampage. Yeah, I'm not doing that. With this event stage, expert traders, it's going to have a list of rules on every stage. So complete orders to earn 1 coins. That's stuff that I already explained. Anything that gets you gold besides the shop itself, the bazaars and the shop, the grocery store building is not going to earn you anything. Send troops to mine 1 coins. Send troops to collect 1 stone. I'm not sure on the difference of this. I've heard that some people the sending troops versus the gather portion. Gather, I've been told, is collecting from your buildings that produce that type of resource. So your windmills and your solar panels, your lumber mills uh, for wood. If you click on the little thing, that's supposed to give you points. I've not been keeping an eye on that, so I'm not real sure. Sending troops to mine 1 coins and sending troops to collect 1 stone. That's out in the world. The yellow crystals that you see, as well as the stones, the rocks that you see in the world, you need to send troops to those, which is why we've actually been pretty adamant about sending people to this. We've depleted it, so we're reconstructing it. Um, but gathering stuff also gains you points. So you need to be out gathering. I also have gained points. I think, don't quote me on this. I've also gained points for gathering at trees and gathering at the. There's really no search option for these, and I hate it. There needs to be a search option for finding resources, but they haven't added that to the game. Um, this stage is pretty much straightforward. Now, if you're HQ level 50, you have the option of doing the blue building. Um, and I can't memorize these buildings off the top of my head. So material factory, you're actually able to go in, dang it. You're actually able to go in and make these. They give you points as well. Do I have all? Yeah, I've got all 5 boxes filled. I highly recommend getting HQ level 50 and getting those because that's something that's in my mind easy points because it doesn't take long to make them. It's 23 minutes 49 seconds for me, and that increases with each level of the building. I don't focus on it because it's citrines again, and I hate using citrines outside of the event. Almost ready. Okay. What else can I explain about this? Like most stages of this event, if you go in and purchase amethysts, um, you earn points, obviously, because the game's going to want you to spend money to stay on top. I don't really like spending money just to get amethyst. I'll go in and maybe buy a pack of the materials for these for my tanks because it increases the gathering speed. That's another thing. In preparation for this particular stage, if you want to, if you're HQ level 50, I would focus on anything that that increases your gathering speed. Um, so you'll have, when you unlock the material factory, you will have a section here where you can actually go in and add parts to your tanks. And what I mean by this is this right here. Tank one, I'm not really focused on the leveling up on this. I focused on combat first for tank one, tried to. Tank two, however, I have focused on gathering because it's not really my combat tank, it's my gathering tank. And once I get all the parts for tank two up to level 50, I think I'm going to switch over to tank three. And what I mean by this, I've actually been able to increase, I'll show you. I've actually able to increase that as well as that because of the parts I installed. I think that was I want to say that was 160 before the parts were added. Don't quote me on that. Um, but there is a pretty decent increase for those parts. So if you run into this gathering event, you're going to run into this gathering event. Um, just get the parts for HQ level 50, the material factory, and use the parts. You can focus on one tank. I don't recommend it because while my tank one is out doing combat, attacking these creatures, doing sandworms, I'm leaving my other two tanks doing other things. So combat wise, tank one is going to be my primary, and tank two and tank three are always going to be my gathering tanks. I'll send tank one out to gather during the event just to do the increased in gathering speed, but I would focus increasing gathering speed for tank two and tank three. Tank one is going to take care of itself. I recommend setting it up focused primarily on combat instead of gathering speed, unless you've got requirements that are so much higher on tank two and tank three, and the requirements are lower on tank one, and you just have the resources to spare. I'd spend them. Nothing in radar detection actually gains you points when it comes to this stage of the event. The only things that gain you points are gathering in the world, doing that for each of your production buildings, which is stone and wood, electricity. I'm not going to do that. Okay, now Monday in preparation, I hit the wrong button. In preparation of Tuesdays, which is base expansion, you'll notice these presents. This is what you need to be doing the day before. I started 2 days ahead of time because my construction times for all my buildings are getting pretty high up there. Um, and even with Phoebe's reduction in building time, I'm running into the fact that I'm not going to get all these buildings wrapped into a present, even starting 2 days ahead of time for Tuesday's base expansion. Base expansion pretty much gives you points for every CP increase. So because I'm gaining um, the 303 points on CP change, I'm actually gaining points on for the event on Tuesday. Um, Base expansion also gives you points for using Would you come on? For using your sapphires as well as your emeralds, and the building's wrapped up, so I can't show you. Your sapphires, your emeralds, as well as what's the other one called? Citrines, sapphire, emeralds, and citrines. It gives you points for actually loading those up. So do not load those up into buildings until Tuesday actually begins, and that's going to begin at Monday's reset. So when this thing hits uh, about 23:59, 23:55, you need to be getting ready for, if you're going to be on before the reset hits, you need to be ready to start loading things into your buildings, unwrapping them. Once that hits uh, 005, I wait until 0010 Mars time, the game time, because that lets the system catch up with itself. I don't recommend immediately when reset hits to start trying to gain points. Don't start unwrapping presents. Don't start loading up your citrines, sapphires, emeralds. Um, Wait until about 5 to 10 minutes after the reset hits so that the game can realize it should be counting points for different things. Otherwise, you risk the chance of not gaining points. And the risk is actually pretty high, in my opinion, because if I go to my HQ and I load up all of these data chips, which I already did it because I've been waiting so long on Trade Center to be upgraded. Um, I don't get the points for loading up the data chips or the citrines or the emeralds. I don't get those points because I did it too soon after the reset. And you're annoying me. Okay, so that's Monday and Tuesday. Um, I'm gonna do little things every day. I'm gonna try to do things, do a video for every day of the event, what you should be doing that day, as well as what you should be doing in preparation of the next day. Um, this is in preparation of the next day. These are in preparation of the next day. Looks like I'm going to be running into trouble when it comes to the crystals, the gems. Where are you coming from? Oh, did you attack? Yep, you attacked. Um, a little tip, by the way, if you've got, for me, it takes like 58 energy to attack these guys because I am able to attack them multiple times at once. Little tip, if you're running on citrine, if you're running low on citrines and everything, you actually, once you're able to hit about Mars creature 20, 21, it's actually more efficient when you're hunting for the gems exclusively to just hit them because I get 20 for one attack. Whereas with these, you get a little box and there's about, um, let's see here. It's been a while since I hit one. Sandlord. That was a rally that I joined. That's also a rally that I joined. That's a rally that yeah, I did join. It's been a while since I've actually hit these things. So I can't really, huh, that was back when I did level 4. Nope. I've never wasted, I haven't been wasting my energy on them. I've been joining other people's. things. That one. Okay. So I pretty much gain 108 crystal chests because I'm able to attack multiple ones for every attack that I do. But the thing is, after about, okay, so for me, it's actually higher. I need to be hitting, it changed. I think it changed because it was higher before, or maybe it didn't change and I'm just delusional. I could have sworn though that I was gaining more gems for the specific gems than I was getting that little box that gives me them randomly. But maybe I am delusional in that. I don't know. I'll leave that decision up to you because I'm able to get 106 of the crystal gem boxes, which give you random gems for every one that you use. So if I use 10 boxes, I might be getting 4 centrines, I might be getting 2 emeralds, and the rest of them are going to be sapphires when I really need citrines. So this is what I do. I pretty much go out here and attack these things. Um, then why did you pop up? Okay, there's not really much else to explain. Um, I do recommend preparing your tanks for gathering. Da, 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 da. You'll, yeah, there it is. For this event, your pretty much your research for gathering comes into play. So I would focus on research. The thing is, research is another day of the event. You gain points for completing research, which is why I'm upgrading these buildings instead of doing the research. I'm saving my gold and my electricity. How much electricity do I have, by the way? That's nice. What else do I have in here? Oh, I've got a few speed ups. I don't use my speed ups either. Very rarely do I speed up the construction of a building. I usually let Phoebe do that for me, like she did right there. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're telling me I've got 2? Why did I not notice that? I'm not doing that one. Load module is something I actually recommend that you upgrade because it increases your coin gathering speed as well as your troop load. So you're able to gather more at a faster rate. Um, I'm gonna upgrade that. That's gonna take 8 hours. So I might actually speed that one up or wait on it. Like I said, my construction times are getting pretty high up there, and I'm only HQ level 50. I've got 50 more levels of HQ to go before I reach the max. And if you've actually been paying attention, some of these actually require that you hit level 101. So there are levels beyond HQ level 100, but that's not the event, so we're not going to focus on it. Then we're going to focus on that though. Okay. In preparation of increasing your gathering versus combat, you're going to need these, the plastic over the graphite. Because if I wanted to go in and increase my gather, it's going to ask me for those. It's going to ask me for plastic. If I wanted to go in and increase my combat, it's going to ask me, okay, that's depressing. It's going to ask me for graphite. How the heck you get plastic and graphite out of water? I do not know. I'm not a chemist. But you'll notice that it uses water. I don't know how you get plastic and graphite out of water. I can understand plastic a little bit, but graphite? I don't know. That's just me. Hit the button. Um, okay. There's not a lot to explain on this one. For stage one. We are barely winning. They were actually dominating us in the beginning. I think that we're showing off that we can keep going throughout the entirety of the stage. So we're actually beating them primarily because we keep going. We're constantly checking in. We're making sure everything is going. And I'm constantly doing this thing. So, oh, come on. You're killing me, Smalls. And that's done, so I'm going to gather it. They were sparkly, so I knew they were done. I guess. I don't know. 210, 190. You're the lowest, and you take so little time to do. So I'm going to do you hands down. Let's do one more. Ah, okay, there, go. Um, that little thing bugs me. Okay. Um, yeah. Okay, so once again, that's expert traders and preparation for base expansion. Um, Tomorrow I'll do base expansion video and preparation of Age of Science. Age of Science is pretty straightforward as well, so there's not much preparation you can actually do for it. Da, 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 da. All right, so I'm going to end this here. Make presents on this day and gather in the world on this day. That's pretty much it. As well as, doing your trades. Those are important.